assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King and the 68 riots, and a lot of the major cities in this country were on fire. Baltimore included. There's a lot of even the place where me and Chanel go to school, Greenmount and North Avenue, like, it used to be a prospering neighborhood. But the riots destroyed that, and they never recovered. And people might think it's small, it's a real estate development, but when people lose their leaders, when they lose their encouragement, when they lose someone driving them to something, they lose hope. So that generation got lost. Then the next generation got lost. Then it kept going. So I would say to you, we're maybe 3 generations into it, and now we're just starting to realizing that it's a problem, that, you know, that 60% of men in jail are African American or minority people, that, you know, the family is broken, that now that our incomes have fallen so far beneath our other counterparts, that now we're realizing that the culture itself needs to be rebuilt. Right. So I would say that it's sad to say that we've lost 40 years of our culture to just rumbling around. It was always there, but no one talked about it. It was like this dark secret that lit, you know, it's not my house, it's not my family, we're just gonna let it keep going, and now everybody wants to pay attention to it.
They play the victim role. Oh, this is what happened to me. I can't do this because this is what happened to me. So I think with that being said, you have to just learn how to advocate for yourself. You have the World Wide Web, use it. You have libraries, use it. Like, you have to use all of these different tools that you have to better yourself. Yes, the generation is lost, but you can start helping yourself, because our culture is one of the strongest, the most athletic, the most intelligent people that, you know, that was ever created.
That's right.
So I believe that regardless of if we're lost or not, if we start advocating for ourselves and using the tools that we have and stop always going back to the victimization of what happened then. Yes, remember that, but look at what you have now and move forward and prosper from the tools that are given.
We're taught that we were born here in 1619, but in our teachings we're taught we were born here in 1555. So if you subtract 1555 from 1619, you have 64 years of hidden history. So that's how long it took in order to take a people who were on a godlike level and reduce them to the beast of the animals of the field. So 64 years. As Dick Gregory's often shared with me, that it would take, they were what was called the first responders on the front line of the civil rights movement. So just as you have first responders that ran into the buildings of September 11, 2001, their job was to get the people out of the building. As you had those who were in the civil rights movement, their job was to break down these walls and break down these barriers. But now it's up to the generation that's come behind them to understand that and be able to look at what happened to them. Because you ran up against racism, but then there was the white supremacy, the Illuminati, that they didn't know nothing about. So now it takes the generation that comes behind them, as this brother talked about, laying down new tracks. There's something in the mind that's called the red nuclei. So you will carry out those behaviors until new tracks are introduced. So we have to have those that's willing to be the scientists to show us how to lay down those new tracks so that we can repair, of course, a lot of this damage that's been done to us as a people, externally as well as internally. So I'd say 64 years.